Jenner song has been sung with relish and with passion. If you don't know what a Jenner is, basically it's somebody from Plymouth. I'm an adopted Devonian. I think my granddad would have had to been born here to be a proper Devonian. What a game we have in prospect. Neil Tuesnick said in his programme notes that he wanted the Plymouth Argyle supporters to be right behind their team tonight in these huge 4 matches that they have left. And let's face it, Sam, what an atmosphere.
Yeah, brilliant. I think Chris speaking earlier spoke about the way that the club feel has won again. Obviously, after a difficult couple of months, they feel unified. I think the Rotherham win away from home was a huge boost. Backed it up at that point against QPR. Now, obviously, a much tougher test, but at last, this place is jumping again.
So it is. Top of the table, Leicester City against Plymouth Argyle in 20th. Both teams desperate for points for very different reasons. It has been a lovely sunny day in Devon today. Daylight disappearing, the floodlights are on, and we are underway with Leicester City kicking off from right to left as we look out from the main stand here at Home Park. And Leicester tonight in their change colours of a very light orange with white shorts and light orange socks. Plymouth Argyle in their all green with gold trimming, kicking from left to right. And an early ball for Plegosuelo, and he loses it on the left-hand side. It's immediately picked up by Patson Daka, who made an advance towards the goal line, couldn't get the ball across, and it's out for an Argyle goal kick.
A little bit sloppy to begin. Leicester, actually, there was a bit of a stray pass from Vestergaard, I think he was, nearly intercepted by an Argyle forward, and equally lapsed start of the game from Plegosuelo, who has played quite a lot of football this year. I looked him up pre-match because I thought he hadn't featured too readily, but he's only been out the side for 4 or so weeks, so he shouldn't be too rusty.
New era at Plymouth Argyle after the departure of Ian Foster. It was a miserable time for Argyle in his spell in charge. Picked up in midfield by Harry Winks for Leicester, just in on this left-hand side, forward to Dewsbury Hall, who crosses the halfway line, advances now towards the penalty area, puts it into the middle. There were 2 waiting, but there were also a host of defenders, and Plymouth are able to clear it away. But Leicester will build again. Yannick Vestergaard down the left-hand side, past one challenge from Morgan Whittaker, and it's played out now to this left-hand side of Mappadini. Justin, and all the way back to Mads Hermansen, the Leicester goalkeeper, who's clad in a pink shirt tonight with purple shorts and pink socks. The colour combination on the Leicester goalkeeper, pretty clashing, it has to be said. It's a really fast pace at the moment, and Argyle have it inside their own half with Adam Randall, the Plymouth-born midfielder. The Plimpton Pirlo, as he's known around here. Plimpton being a place not far from Plymouth. Plegosuelo, right-hand side of the defence. Knocked out now to Ballymumba. Mumba playing on the right for Argyle. Trying to get away from his opposite number, James Justin, and he's done so. But it really is a very, very fast pace early on in proceedings.
Yeah, that's interesting. Mumba on the right, he was speaking after that Rotherham victory, saying how at home he felt at left wing back, and obviously played the majority of his football under Stephen Schumacher in that role, so Hughes Dewsnick immediately put him back there. But tonight Mikael Miller comes in on the far side, and like I said, 2 goal threats from wing back tonight for Argyle. This is not a conservative lineup by any stretch, and the game has started pretty openly.
Cooper in the Plymouth goal, lays it out to his left-hand side. Galloway chips it forward towards the halfway line, towards Mustafa Bundu, but Leicester are there, but they can't keep hold of it, and it's played forward to Ryan Hardy, midway inside the Leicester half, central position. Argyle work it out to this near side, to Ballymumba on the right wing, cuts in field towards the penalty area, tried to just lay it forward, but couldn't find Hardy with that ball, and away will come Mappadini for Leicester City, down this left-hand side. Can't quite be controlled there by Dewsbury Hall. Long ball high into the Plymouth half, and Plymouth will gather again with Adam Forshaw, whose experience will be vital for Plymouth Argyle in their last few matches of this championship season. Remember, they were promoted as League One champions last season. They have Stoke and Millwall away and Hull at home on the final weekend of the season. As for Leicester City, home to West Brom, home to Southampton in their game in hand, and then away to Preston North End and at home to Blackburn on the final day of the season. It is going to be a fascinating finale to the EFL Championship, and you can follow it all with us here on TalkSport. It's Plymouth Argyle 0, Leicester City 0 on TalkSport 2, live and exclusive national radio commentary as Argyle work it down the left-hand side, but it's too long and it's out for a goal kick. Here's Sam Parkin.
It was a nice idea. Adam Rundell in the central midfield position there, just tried to feed it down the left for Galloway, who was overlapping left-sided centre-half, and nice spell of possession from Argyle there, kept it for a couple of minutes, moved Leicester around, and bright start from the home side.
Ballymumba cuts infield from the right-hand side, works it infield to Randall, and Argyle trying to keep possession themselves. I think it's fairly safe to say that most people predicted Leicester to have the lion's share of possession tonight, and Leicester have picked it up on that far side with Fatawu. Fatawu waits for support, finds it from Ndidi on the halfway line, and Wilfred Ndidi is fouled a couple of places inside the Leicester half, away over on the right-hand side. Leicester kicking from right to left in this opening half at home park, under the lights. Justin, left-hand side, exchanges passes with Dewsbury Hall. Dewsbury Hall works it forward now, and Ndidi, bit of space on the far side. Fatawu drives it across, and it's pushed away by Cooper, and away for a throw-in on the far side. First real opportunity of the night.
Yeah, maybe just Mikael Miller just getting a little bit drawn towards the ball, just coming in field there, and it opened up beautifully on the right-hand side, and just was unable to drag his right foot around the ball there. Fatawu, it's a great opportunity for Leicester. Kylian Dewsbury hardly had that opportunity on Tuesday to get on the ball with space in front of him to drive into. Played too high the other night and was unable to kind of find those pockets of space. There he did it beautifully.
Now those two changes up front, Daka and Fatawu coming in, you were at Millwall on Tuesday, and those are changes you would have made. Absolutely.
In the case of Fatawu, I think we've already seen, going forward, he's incredibly sharp. It gives you that balance. On the opposite flank, you've got Navadidi, box of tricks, really sharp, had a phenomenally good season for him, playing regularly in England for the first time. So they're real threatening, and just on the shape as well. This is what we've seen from Leicester predominantly throughout the season. Ricardo stepping into midfield, making it a two kind of man anchor with Harry Winks, and then Ndidi back on his natural right side, advanced midfield, and Keenan Dewsbury Hall on the left. They were opposite sides at Millwall, and it was obviously a plan that Maresca had, I think, to counteract what Millwall were doing, maybe in a defensive sense, and it just didn't work. They didn't create enough chances, and obviously Millwall were able to open them up for the goal that won the game.
Ball rolled out by Hermansen towards Winks. Winks lays it forward. It's picked up inside the centre circle, inside his own half by Dewsbury Hall, but he can't keep possession. He will now win it back. Shouts for handball from the Plymouth Argyle supporters, not heeded by the referee. Leicester will work it forward, but it's been tidied up at the back by Plegozuelo, and Cooper will clear long, right-footed into the Leicester half, where it's gathered by Wout Faes. Faes to his left to Justin. Leicester with those very pale orange shirts and dark numbers on the back. Play it all the way back to Hermansen. Westergaard on the left-hand side, inside his own half, over the halfway line now to find Dewsbury Hall, who's running at the Plymouth defence. Keenan Dewsbury Hall works it forward, flag goes up, won't count. Patson Daka put it in with his right foot, curling it past Michael Cooper, but he knew he was offside, and the flag was up promptly on the far side.
Yeah, immediately with Leicester trying to really overload the middle of the pitch, trying to get extra bodies in there. Forshaw struggling with Dewsbury Hall, opening few minutes of this game. Brilliant turn from him, and marginal offside.
Cleared away long by Hermansen, and it'll be gathered on the far side by Brendan Galloway. Infield to Dan Scarr, who's starting for the third match in a row in the Championship, having been recalled by the team of Neil Dewsnip and Kevin Natskeveld, the joint managers, although interestingly they're not actually referred to as interim managers at all. They've still got their old titles, which is Director of Football and First Team Coach. But they are providing that little element of continuity, as Chris Errington from Plymouth Live was saying earlier. Kevin Natskeveld in particular, Mr. Argyle, been here so many years. Plymouth Argyle 0, Leicester City 0 on Talk Sport 2 in the EFL Championship. And forward comes Harry Winks. It's a long run, almost up to the edge of the Argyle penalty area on the left-hand side. Dewsbury Hall works it infield to Justin. Chance maybe for a shot here from Ricardo. He goes for the 1-2, and Ricardo right-footed. Cooper with the save, diving to his left to push it away. Danger not yet over though. Leicester still coming forward on the right-hand side, chipped across, header back across goal comes in from Mavadini, and Plymouth beat it away. It's a long clearance from Pleguezuelo, but Leicester City looking really dangerous.
Yeah, too easy to evade the forwards pressure at one end. Brilliant play from Leicester, lovely intricate start. Harry Winks with the driving run. Could Ricardo just go across the goalkeeper there? It was brilliant approach play from Daka, played a perfectly weighted through ball. I think Ricardo needs to strike that across Cooper, and in the end a really intelligent, excellent header from Mavadini at the far post, kept it alive, but Argyle able to scramble clear.
Really anxious moments for the home supporters here. Leicester report around about 2,000 down from the Midlands to cheer on the Foxes this evening. They're away to our right, and they have been very much in favour of what they've seen so far from their team. Ball played forward, Pleguezuelo works it back to the goalkeeper, and Cooper will clear it away. Justin with the header down on the left-hand side. Picked up here by Harry Winks inside the centre circle. Up to Fars. Leicester with good intricate passing, and they work it down the right-hand side to Fatawu. Fatawu trying to get away from Miller. Miller though, jinking, turning, and you can hear the applause from the Plymouth faithful there for Mikael Miller. Straight out of play though from Galloway for a Leicester throw midway inside the Argyle half on the far side. Leicester's right. Darkness really beginning to descend now here in Plymouth, as Leicester work it across to the left-hand side. Justin now out to the left wing to Mavadini. Mavadini, who scored twice against Plymouth in the 4-0 win at the KP back in December. Mavadini works it across. Fatawu, the little ball in field, and Didi trying to get away from Galloway, can't do so. Ricardo chips it into the penalty area, and it's turned back by his own goalkeeper, by Bali Mumba, to Cooper. But Leicester certainly on top at the moment, Sam Parkin.
Yeah, two most important players, I think, Mumba, Mikael Miller, John. I think that Neil Dewsnip has to encourage Morgan Whittaker and Bundu to come narrow and make that box midfield and allow the ball to go wide.
Justin and Didi, right hand side, just outside the penalty area. It's forced backwards though, and has to play it now to Pereira. Pereira to his left to Winks. Harry Winks, 35 yards out from goal, central position. Dewsbury Hall wanting Mavadini to make a run on this left hand side. He's not done so though. Justin back to Mavadini. Leicester almost toying with Plymouth at the moment. Fars will work it out presumably to the far side. That's where he's headed, and indeed that's where the ball is headed. Fatawu trying to lay it back into the path of Fars, but Fars can't find a way through, and it's out for a goal kick. Plymouth Argyle 0, Leicester City 0 on TalkSport 2.
Yeah, Leicester want to play through teams. They want to get into Dewsbury Hall, want to get him turned. In an ideal world, get it into the centre forward. Plymouth Argyle need to be really compact in the middle of the pitch, and that's why Bundu, Whittaker, they need to narrow off, make that box midfield, which was so synonymous under Stephen Schumacher previously. I'm sure Neil Dewsnip will want to get back to that. That's why Leicester invariably are going to have to be forced wide. Two wing-backs, big role for them in Argyle colours tonight.
Dewsbury Hall works it out to this left-hand side. Mavadini approaching the corner of the penalty area, works it infield. Mavadini again, looking for the right-footed curling shot, and it just goes wide of Plymouth Argyle's left-hand post, with Michael Cooper diving to his left. Fortunately for Argyle, the ball was going wide and it remains 0-0.
Yeah, no back lift really, just rolls it out of his feet with his studs, and it's got to be perfect. That didn't quite get the whip on it, loads of pace on it, but just a yard or so on target.
79 goals for Leicester this season in their 41 EFL Championship matches, but they've not been in a good run of form. 3 wins, 1 draw and 5 defeats in their last 9 in the league. Well won by Ryan Hardy, but he couldn't get past James Justin on the halfway line, and Leicester will pick up possession again with Winks inside the centre circle. Out to Vestergaard, to Justin on this near side. James Justin has Mavididi to his left. Justin tried to play it infield, picked up by Ndidi. Can't find a teammate. There's a bit of hesitation at the back there in the penalty area before Michael Cooper comes out, slides and gathers the ball to his chest. Scar on the edge of the Plymouth Argyle penalty area. Plymouth, who've scored only 6 goals in their last 11 championship matches, and they failed to score in 6 of those 11, including a run of 5 in a row here at Home Park, where they lost all 5 and didn't score in any of those games. In fact, the last goal that a Plymouth player scored here in the league was way back on Valentine's Day, February the 14th, in the 2-2 draw against Coventry City, where Argyle really should have won, but conceded a 96th minute equaliser after some poor defending at the near post, and those 2 points dropped could be crucial come the end of the season. Plymouth Argyle 0, Leicester City 0 on TalkSport 2, and the ball has gone out of play on that far side. It's a throw into Leicester, about 10 yards or so inside the Plymouth half. Leicester kicking from right to left in this first half as we look out from our position at the top of the main stand. Leicester try and work it across, cleared away though by Scar, but nobody in green picks it up. Dewsbury Hall knocks it back now to James Justin. Justin is very much playing an advanced role at the moment, because we've hardly mentioned Morgan Whittaker, who's up against him tonight. Whittaker challenging for the ball now, not even sure he's had a touch of it, to tell you the truth, Sam.
No, they've been a little subdued, certainly since that little spell of possession which they enjoyed maybe 10 or so minutes ago. They look a little bit rattled, look a little bit anxious, and just struggling to progress the ball up the pitch. And exactly what you were just saying a few moments ago, the goals have just evaporated recently, especially here. They need to find a way to get him involved. The onus is on Ryan Hardy to be as physically strong as he can be, just to alleviate that pressure and get some teammates close to him.
One positive fact for Plymouth is that Leicester have kept only 1 clean sheet in their last 9. The lack of goals from Argyle of late has cost them dearly, but they work it out to the far side to Mustafa Bundu. Miller making a run out just outside him, and Mikael Miller now on the overlap, crosses it from the left hand side. It's blocked by Fatalu, and out for an Argyle throw. And finally, at last, we have a little bit of play in and near the Leicester City penalty area, because for the last 10 minutes or so it's been pretty much in the Plymouth Argyle half of the pitch. Plegazuela, 30 yards out from goal, works it out to this right hand side to Mumba. Mumba can't find a way past Mavididi, and Plymouth will try again and will switch it across to the left hand side to Galloway. Galloway looking for the 1-2, but didn't get it from Mikael Miller, and Miller gave the ball away rather needlessly there, but he's made amends by winning it back over on that far side. Whittaker now for Plymouth. Out to Mumba on this near side. To Dan Scar, number 6 on his back. Plymouth not going with Lewis Gibson in defence, or Ashley Phillips, the England under-19 international, both of whom have been regulars of late. Whittaker inside his own half, just too strong with his first touch, and it was robbed by Winks. Leicester work it out to Mavididi, left hand side, plays it forward now to Dewsbury Hall. Dacko trying to exchange passes there with Mavididi. Leicester play it out to the right hand side. Fatawu infield to Ricardo. Winks now out to Justin, left hand side. Dewsbury Hall looking for the ball inside. Morgan Whittaker didn't get there. Whittaker clears it long. It's a chase on for Hardy. Fars should get there first and does so. Right footed back to his goalkeeper, who in turn returns it to the Belgian international. And his long hair flowing out behind him as he jogs slowly forward with the ball. Gives it now to Winks. Winks inside his own half, central position. Justin. Long down the left-hand side, looking for Steffi Mavididi to chase it, and Mavididi's got there into the penalty area, left-hand side, chips it against the defender, and it's off Dan Scar's chest and away for a Leicester City corner on this left-hand side.
It could have been crucial. Just a bit of hesitation there from Michael Cooper. He initially decided to come, which I think would have been the right decision. He would have got there before Mavididi and able to clear up. In the end, Mavididi had the opportunity to deliver.
So a corner kick then for Leicester on their left, away to our left as we look out. Taken short to Dewsbury Hall. Mavididi chips it long, deep towards the far post. Cleared away though by Bundu for Plymouth. Picked up though by Justin on the right-hand side. Leicester still going forward, crosses deep, it's too high and it's too deep and it's behind and away for a goal kick. Plymouth Argyle 0, Leicester City 0 in the EFL Championship on Talk Sport 2, and here's the thoughts of Sam Parkin.
Yeah, that was a decent enough ball, that. Just no takers round the far post. Mavididi got into that position, didn't he, recently, to score a really crucial goal at the far post to head home for Leicester, but a little bit on his heels there. Just not coming off for them that last little bit. They're probing, just unable to find that final ball.
Well, they've had chances already, Leicester City, in this first half, not been able to take them so far. Ricardo to Fars, advances forward, infield to Ricardo, central position just outside the penalty area. Ricardo looking for the return ball. Scar is there though to tidy up and clear it away. Looking for Ryan Hardy, who's the only player in green in an advanced position, and Hardy has given away a free kick, and you can hear the reaction of the Plymouth Argyle supporters to the referee's decision.
He's a huge player for them, Ryan Hardy. He's so vital. They don't have anyone else like him, but they need to get better quality towards him. He can't just be chasing hopeful long balls all night, because he won't be able to last the distance.
Mavididi now for Leicester, advancing forward into the penalty area, works it to his right, it's behind Dewsbury Hall. Dewsbury Hall gets a left-footed shot away, but it's blocked by two defenders, and Argyle might be able to break now. It's 3 against 3. Worked across to the left-hand side. Mustafa Bundu will pick up now for the home side. Fars comes across to try and prevent him going forward. Bundu! Gone! Right-footed! Low shot! Into the bottom corner! It's Plymouth Argyle's first shot of the night! And Mustafa Bundu has given struggling Plymouth Argyle the lead against the championship leaders. Plymouth Argyle 1, Leicester City 0.
Well, it's a little fortuitous the way the ball ends up at the feet of Adam Forshaw, but I think in the early part of this game he's actually brought a little bit of calmness to Argyle's midfield, and there he picks the right pass. They were a little bit disjointed because the run of the ball was a little bit of a deflection that fell nicely for Forshaw, but then he punched in a lovely pass into Bundu, who has held the width in this opening 20 minutes or so for Argyle, which is the question of whether he could open up the target and find that far corner, and he did it beautifully. Wonderful curling shot, a little bit against the run of play. Nobody inside here cares.
Just watching the replay on the monitor here, he squeezed it in between two defenders. There's only one place that ball can go if it's going to go in, and he picked that spot to precise precision. Yeah,
absolutely. We see it so often when forward players are using the defender as a shield. He absolutely does that there from about fast, just bends it round him inside the Vestergaard. I don't think you can question the goalkeeper there. It's right inside the side netting. It's a wonderful finish.
The first goal scored by a Plymouth Argyle player here at Home Park since Valentine's Day, and there was a lot of love for it around Home Park. Leicester have been on top, but it's Plymouth who lead by 1-0. Leicester looking for a way back, can't find a way through as the long ball works its way through to Michael Cooper in the Argyle goal. You're listening to Plymouth against Leicester in the EFL Championship on TalkSport 2 with McDonald's. Order McDelivery on the McDonald's app and get tasty rewards points. 18 plus, terms and conditions apply. Can Leicester find a way back? Winks works it forward. Dewsbury Hall goes down. He was just pulled there. His left arm was just pulled by Forshaw, and it's a free kick to Leicester. It's about 25 yards out, and it is just slightly right of centre.
Going to have to just take that one on the chin a little bit, John. I think there's a few passes that have gone astray, unquestionably, but there's been a vibrancy, I think, to this opening 20 minutes from Leicester City that was absolutely lacking on Tuesday night. So that is a sucker punch. Doesn't feel good, obviously. You're out there and you concede it again. But credit to Argyle, a brilliant counter-attacking goal. But Leicester have to remember, for 20 minutes they've controlled proceedings here.
There are two behind the wall. James Justin and Kieran Dewsbury Hall. Plymouth have four in the wall with another on the ground, acting as the draft excluder. So will it be Justin or will it be Dewsbury Hall? Free kick, 25 like that, slightly right of centre. Justin with a little back heel. Dewsbury Hall hits the shot. It comes off an Argyle defender. It's behind for a Leicester corner.
Yeah, quite a distance. Just shifted it a couple of yards, looking to bend it into the bottom right-hand corner. People probably would have got there in any case, but the deflection given Leicester City corner on this left-hand side.
So Leicester have two players inside the 6-yard area and four more waiting on about the 18-yard line, just inside the penalty area or just outside it. Corner kick comes across, cleared away. Last man back for Leicester is Ricardo Pereira. Lays it square to Winks. Winks out to Dewsbury Hall, left-hand side. Infield to Justin. Justin now works it out wide to Mabadidi. Dewsbury Hall now, left-hand side. Oh, he's gone past the defender as if he wasn't there. Dewsbury Hall plays the ball infield, and it comes off Scar, and it's behind for another Leicester City corner. But he went past Adam Randall there with such ease, Kieran Dewsbury Hall.
Yeah, beautiful stuff. Very good combination. Mabadidi, Dewsbury Hall, always looking for each other on this left-hand side.
Corner taken short again. Winks curls it in. Cooper gets both fists to it and punches the ball away. Behind for another corner for Leicester. This time though over on the right-hand side. It's the Plymouth Argyle fans that you can hear. But their side are under considerable pressure. It'll be a left-footed in-swinger from Fatawu, who stands with two arms upraised and now delivers it left-footed towards the first attacker, who was Paxton Daka. He didn't get there, put behind, and it is another corner for Leicester City. Corners really are mounting up. This time it's taken short. Still plenty in the penalty area waiting to get on the end of it. Cleared away by the head of Ryan Hardy. And it'll be left to bounce behind for another corner by Fatawu. That's three corners in quick succession on the right-hand side now for Leicester City. Dewsbury Hall will take this one. Half a dozen in the Leicester pale orange in the penalty area, and it's very deep indeed towards Vestergaard. Might fall here to Mavadini, edge of the area. Looks to set up Winks. Winks, right foot shot, and it always was going wide. Plymouth holding on. Plymouth Argyle 1. Leicester City, the championship leaders, 0 on TalkSport 2.
Yeah, decent spell of pressure there from the corner kicks. I thought maybe had Mavadidi's touch been a little bit more assured, he could have got the strike away himself. Harry Winks doesn't get too many from that type of distance, and yeah, just didn't catch that well and missed the target by a distance. But they responded to a degree since going behind. The ball's all been played to our left-hand side since Bundu opened the scoring.
Plymouth have lost 5 of their last 8 in the championship and 8 of their last 14 in the league. It's a free kick to Leicester inside their own half. Foul on Fatawu. The referee will just have words on that far side with Adam Randall. More than words from the official, Rob Jones. Fouls now for Leicester. Works it to his left to Vestergaard. Fouls into the Plymouth half, but Scar is there ahead of Daka, and will work it all the way back to Cooper. Cooper right-footed. It's charged down though by Daka, and behind for the goal kick, but just for a fraction of a second. There was a lot of anxiety amongst the Plymouth faithful. Goal kick then for Plymouth Argyle on the left-hand side. Reminder of the teams for you. For Plymouth, Cooper in goal, Galloway, Scar and Pleguezuelo in defence. Miller on the left, Forshaw and Randall in midfield, and Mumba on the right. Morgan Whittaker on the right, Ryan Hardy in the middle, and Mustafa Bundu on the left. For Leicester City, Hermanson in goal, Bars, Vestergaard and Justin at the back. Ricardo in that sort of floating role, Winks, Dewsbury Hall and Ndidi in midfield, Fatu wide on the right, Navadidi on the left, and Patson Daka, the main central striker. Leicester throw. Infield to Winks, just inside the Plymouth half. Works it out to this left-hand side to Justin, who plays it out to the left touchline to Navadidi. Navadidi coming infield, looking to chip it into the penalty area with a delicate ball in. Plymouth able to clear. Vestergaard there, though, for Leicester City. And back to Justin. Vestergaard in a crowd of players, but manages to turn and create a little bit of space for himself, and Leicester will work it out to the far side to Ndidi. Ndidi has the option of Fatu outside him, but goes infield to Winks. Here's Dewsbury Hall, 35 yards out from goal, central position, and now it is worked out wide to the Leicester right, Fatu. Inside now to Ricardo, Fars. Everybody in green, back behind the ball in the final 30-35 yards of the pitch. Leicester City kicking from right to left in this opening half, looking for an equaliser, and they've got a free kick on that far side. Foul on Abdu Fatu, and it will be a free kick that is just 5 or 6 paces in from the touchline on the far side and a couple of paces in from the goal line, and it's a yellow card as well. First caution of the evening, and it is for the foul on Abdul Fatu. And the yellow card is for Mikael Miller.
A little bit harsh. It was weird because it was a poor first touch from Fatu. The ball skipped up off the surface, but he used that bit of miscontrol to actually be really forthright and front-footed and kind of drove forward with that next touch. Maybe just took Miller a little by surprise. Looked like the momentum had maybe gone from the attack when he took the poor first touch.
6 Leicester players in the penalty area waiting to get on the end of this free kick. It's a free kick on the right-hand side, about 8 yards from the goal line. 6 paces or so in from the far touchline. It'll be a left-footed in-swinger from Dewsbury Hall. Hits it high. Cooper went to get there, but it was headed away by Scar. Headed back into the area by Fatu. Daka trying to keep that ball alive, and he's done so successfully as well. Plymouth will clear it away, but Plymouth have a man down inside their own penalty area, and he's got his right arm raised. Now he's got to get off the pitch, surely, to try and prevent Leicester using him in any onside position, but the referee has halted play anyway, because it does look as though Mikael Miller is in quite a bit of trouble inside his own penalty area.
Yeah, he signalled straight away. Doesn't look good for him. I'd be surprised if that's not the end of his evening. His arm went up immediately, and we've already spoken about the importance of his and Mumba's roles tonight, and to this point, defensively in particular, done really well. They've had to do well against Fatu and Mabadidi, arguably the 2 biggest threats in Leicester's lineup, so this will be a blow. Fortunately, Joe Edwards is named on the bench, isn't he? So maybe we may see what we saw for large periods over Schumacher. It's tenure. Edwards on the right, Mumba on the left.
Half a dozen Plymouth Argyle players have come across to this near side to take on water and instructions. Only James Justin has done so for Leicester City. Still receiving treatment over on that far side, Mikael Miller. Welcome to listeners from TalkSport, where it is Plymouth Argyle 1, Leicester City 0. Mustafa Bundu with the goal for Argyle, with basically their only attack of the match. It was a lovely sweet finish, right-footed, curling it across goal, and that's despite the fact, Sam Parkin, that Leicester City have had by far the majority of play so far.
Yeah, controlled the ball, had a couple of chances prior to Argyle taking the lead. Just that lack of final ball, that final finish really from a Leicester perspective, and with an hour to go and probably more, it's a long time to hold on. So Argyle need to take care of the ball a little bit more. Adam Forshaw's given them a little bit of control in the midfield, but it can't just be about holding on now, because that's a recipe for disaster up against a team like Leicester with so much quality.
This match with huge ramifications at the bottom and the top of the EFL Championship. It's at Plymouth Argyle 1, Leicester City 0. Commentary continues on TalkSport 2. So Miller is being led to this near side, and there's plenty of activity in the Plymouth Argyle technical area, and we are going to see a change, an enforced change for Plymouth Argyle. Miller, who moments earlier had been booked, is now having to go off. And you do wonder whether, with only 3 matches left of the season, that might be the end of his season. Plymouth Argyle will be hoping it isn't. And he trudges off very slowly indeed. Mikel Miller making his 100th English career appearance. Had a couple of years in Scotland, but it's a century of appearances in England, and he gets a standing ovation from those around us in the main stand here. So Mikel Miller is off, and on will come Joe Edwards. Joe Edwards, the Plymouth Argyle captain, who takes the captain's armband now from Morgan Whittaker. We may well Ballymumba here move across to the left, and Joe Edwards slot in on the right. Plymouth Argyle 1, Leicester City 0. What a huge scoreline that is in the EFL Championship. That's a free kick for Leicester, although Plymouth could possibly argue with some justification that the defender involved was ran into rather than blocked.
He couldn't get out of the way, could he?
No.
Maxwello, it's a fair old collision. Justin just shifted the ball slightly to the right, but ran into the defender somewhat, so slightly fortuitous award.
Free kick then to Leicester. Left hand side, just ahead of the midway point in the Plymouth Argyle half. Plymouth have everybody back behind the ball. It will be delivered by Kiernan Dewsbury-Hall. Half a dozen forward for Leicester, hoping to get on the end of it. Dewsbury-Hall, left-footed, swings it high. It's deep towards the back of the penalty area. Plymouth managed to clear it away. Picked up by Winks, right-hand side. Hits it, right-footed, high into the penalty area. Too high for Fars. Can't get on the end of it. Dewsbury-Hall, just outside the penalty area. Works it out now to Mavididi. Infield to Justin. Mavididi again. Well, that's an interesting ball in, and it didn't really work. And Morgan Whittaker now coming forward for Plymouth. Can't really make too much progress further than the halfway line, because a combination of 2 defenders for Leicester were there to stop his progress. And Leicester will work it back to Hermansen. Vestergaard now. Every single Leicester player, outfield player, has scored for them this season. Agusuelo and Adam Forshaw have not scored for Plymouth Argyle so far this campaign. The only goal of the night, Mustafa Bundu for Plymouth Argyle. Argyle 1, Leicester City 0 on TalkSport 2. As Leicester work it out to Fars. Out now to Fatu on the right-hand side. Cuts in field, left-footed, cross-field ball, high, hangs in the air and gathered perfectly by Mavididi, who works it back now to Justin. Infield to Winks. Leicester having to be patient in probing, trying to find their way past the green wall. Ballymumba now providing a different challenge for Abdul Fatawu over on that right-hand side for Leicester City, and Leicester have to go all the way back to Hermansen, who's not had a great deal to do. And Hermansen can pick the ball out of his own goal net. Leicester work it out to Mavididi, left-hand side, goes past one challenge of Scar, looking to flick it in field. Dewsbury-Hall goes down in the area. Referee not at all interested, says goal kick, and no penalty. And to be fair to him, no appeals from Kiernan Dewsbury-Hall either.
It's just good anticipation. Pleguezuelo just read the intentions of Dewsbury-Hall, stepped across him. Excellent work.
Enzo Maresca down there in black tracksuit trousers and white training shoes was a little frustrated at the lack of a decision in his side's favour there, but it never really looked like being a penalty kick for Leicester City. And work it out to the right-hand side, but it's cut out by Mamba and turned back to Michael Cooper in the Argyle goal. Cooper, who started the last 7 championship matches now, following a lot of knee problems over the last year or so. Plymouth trying to work it forward. Joe Edwards' ball is cut out, and it'll be a Plymouth throw just down below us in front of the Plymouth Argyle technical area. And Edwards on as a substitute for Mikel Miller. Will stand with the ball above his head. Gold number on his back, glinting underneath the home park floodlights. Throws it to Whittaker, back to Edwards. Edwards' hopeful ball forward, but it was always going to be cut out by Vestergaard. And Leicester will work it back to Hermansen, away to our right. The Danish goalkeeper, who has been an unused substitute for the Danish national side, but not yet made his full international debut, will hit it right-footed, long into the Plymouth night sky. Mumba up against Fatawu, and Mumba will come away with it. As he twists and turns, Fatawu fouls him. It's an entirely different proposition for Abdul Fatawu now, up against Mumba, as opposed to Mikel Miller earlier in the match.
It's been quiet, actually. I've been disappointed with Leicester's right-hand side, and Didi has hardly featured at all. They've looked a lot more vibrant down this left. Dewsbury Hall, Mavididi. I've actually thought Daka's done okay, and the reason for that is that he's just moved around a little bit. He's not just stayed as that central focal point, he's actually pulled wide to get on the ball.
Long ball down the left for Plymouth Argyle, picked up by the goal scorer, Bundu. Works it back now to Mumba, and it can't be. Returned back to Mumba by Mustafa Bundu, and it's out for a Leicester City throw-in inside their own half, midway inside their own half, and it's taken quickly to Winks. Winks immediately under pressure, back to Wout Fars. Fars infield to Hermansen, inside his own 6-yard area, clears it out to this left-hand side to Justin. Justin forward towards the centre circle, looking for Daka, but he was never going to get there because Adam Randall got there first. Plymouth work it back to Cooper. Forward now to Randall, right-footed, down the inside right channel, looking for Ryan Hardy to chase onto it. Vestergaard is there first, and Vestergaard clears it away, and it's a throw-in to Plymouth, much to Yannick Vestergaard's frustration. The throw-in taken quickly towards Ryan Hardy. Hardy couldn't get there. Leicester will half clear it away, but can't get it out of their own penalty area at the moment. Now they will. Hermansen, left-footed. Oh, he sliced it really high, straight up into the air. Edwards is underneath it. Infield now to Forshaw. Forshaw turns, clips it to his left. 1-2, Forshaw. Bundu, right-footed shot, got right underneath it, skied it well over, and that was a really promising move from Plymouth Argyle.
It was a terrible decision from the officials. Clearly the ball struck Ryan Hardy, should have been a Leicester throw. That would have come back, I'm sure, to the officials had that end in the goal. But there was that calmness again from Adam Forshaw. Lovely couple of little passes to Bundu, really unselfish as well. He could have taken the strike on himself with his left foot, but just set it back for Bundu once more to come in and try and bend, but unfortunately just got too much elevation on the strike.
Yellow card for a challenge on Dewsbury Hall inside the Leicester half, and it is a yellow card for Randall. No, it's Forshaw sliding in.
That's not particularly calm. I praised him for his assurance on the ball, but yeah, he's got that in his game as well. He's combative in midfield, but just a little late there, and that looked like a good decision on that occasion from the official.
Second caution then for Plymouth, but Mikel Miller, the earlier yellow-carded player, and gone off injured. Plymouth Argyle 1, Leicester City 0. What a scoreline in the EFL Championship. You're able to follow every twist and turn of the finale of the EFL season with us here on the TalkSport Network. Live and exclusive national radio commentaries of all the key games over the next few weeks. Vestergaard hits it right-footed, looking for Ndidi. Ndidi chests it down, but Galloway is there first to nip it away from him, and Galloway racing up towards the halfway line, brought down by Fatawu. Argyle fans screaming for a caution against Abdul Fatawu. And as you can hear from the booze, the yellow card staying firmly in Rob Jones's pocket.
Yeah, running into trouble, Galloway there, into Leicester shirts, but Fatawu needs to box cleverer than that. You want to get back and get goal side for your team, but you can't put any contact onto the player.
Randall works it outside to Bundu. Forward now to Mumba. Mumba can't make progress, and Leicester will clear it away, long, deep, towards Patson Daka. Scar is there. Here's Galloway now. 42 and a half minutes played at Home Park. First half that has fairly flown by Leicester very much in the ascendancy at first, but then Mustafa Bundu's goal really brought home park to life. But it has really, by and large, been pretty much all Leicester since then. They've got a number of excellent chances in this half, but it is Plymouth who have the goal. And what a huge 3 points this could be for Plymouth Argyle in their battle to stave off the threat of relegation back to League One after just one season in the Championship. Long way to go though. Forward comes Mabadidi. Dewsbury Hall, left-hand side. Dewsbury Hall back across the penalty area. It comes off the chest of Forshaw and gathered by Cooper.
A little bit of good fortune again, just running back towards his own goal, Forshaw, but the ricochet takes it into the arms of Michael Cooper. And that was slightly better from Leicester City. The game's become a little fragmented, a little bit bitty maybe since the Argyle opener. They haven't done enough. They haven't responded in a brilliant fashion. They haven't created too much at all on Cooper's goal. Early part of the game, yes, in control, had the chances to go with it, but since then it's been pretty even fair.
Really combative first half here at home park, and it will be a free kick to Plymouth Argyle. Foul on Bundu. The left-hand side, the Plymouth attack from left to right in this first half, which is rapidly drawing to a close. We're in the 45th minute. Fourth official, James Hennington, will shortly show us how much additional time is to be played. There might be a bit of that because of the injury to Mikael Miller. So we're about to go into additional time then. Argyle with a free kick, left-hand side. Plenty forward, including Scar, including Galloway as well. But it's far too far forward, and it was an easy catch for Hermansen, who looks to release quickly, can't do so, and has to throw out to Justin on this left-hand side. Winks. Back to Justin. Infield now to Ricardo. Fourth official indicates a minimum of 4 minutes additional time, and we're into those 4 minutes now. Fars crosses the halfway line, just right of the centre circle. Infield to Winks. Winks looking for the run of Mabadidi. Mabadidi just pushes Joe Edwards, although I think it's fair to say that Edwards made the most of it.
It's a bit of a gamble, I suppose.
It was.
Great run, brilliant movement. He stayed quite wide, Mabadidi, throughout this first half, but there saw the opportunity to just dart in between wing back and right-sided centre half, and yeah, got just again a little bit cleverer than that, trying to avoid having any contact, because invariably the referee, as Robert Jones did there, would side with the defender running back towards his own goal.
Leicester City, the Championship leaders, have lost their last 2 away Championship matches by 1-0 at Bristol City and at Millwall on Tuesday night. Cooper hanks that free kick long. It's away though by Vestergaard. Galloway picks up inside the centre circle. Back to Vestergaard again. This time heads it out across to the far side, the Leicester right. It can't be kept in play by Fatawu. It is a Leicester throw, just inside their own half. Neil Dewsnip stands, hand behind his back, clasped together. Now moves them and frantically issues instructions as Leicester come forward down the left-hand side with Justin. Forward to Mabadidi. Back to Justin. Closed down by Forshaw. Leicester working the ball around nicely. Fars. Forward to Ndidi. Just inside the Plymouth half on the far side. The Leicester right. Worked infield by Fatawu. Now to Winks. Winks just ahead of the centre circle. Leicester going from left to right and back again. Justin. Back in now to Vestergaard. Not too much in the way of options for Vestergaard. Threads it through to Daka. Daka's ball can't find Ndidi. Oh, and there's a mistake there from Ballymunber as he tried to control it. It cannoned away off him and behind for a corner, and a very unnecessary corner.
Well, just a little bit loose, lapse of concentration, and they've had a number of corners. They varied them well, actually. Leicester City just been unable to carve out that big opening.
2.5 minutes played of the minimum of 4 minutes additional time. Corner is delivered, cleared away though by Randall. Last outfield player back for Leicester is Ricardo. Plays it forward now to Winks. Out now to the far side to Dewsbury Hall. Still 4 waiting in the middle for Leicester if a cross can be delivered. Leicester work it back to Ricardo. Right hand side, down the inside right channel. Midway inside the Plymouth half. Works it out to Fatawu. Fatawu can't find a way past Mumba. Picks it up again, and the flag is raised on the far side. And there's a Plymouth Argyle free kick inside their own half. And the referee is reaching for his pocket. And you can hear the applause because it is the first yellow card for a Leicester City player. And that caution will go to Ndidi.
Yeah, it was a bit wild. I'm pleased it's only a yellow because it looked like he lost his footing to me. Sometimes they can look a little worse, and the crowd on that far side were up and baying for blood. Robert Jones, I think, gets the decision correct.
Plymouth Argyle 1, Leicester City 0. Last few seconds of an enthralling first half, which has repercussions at both ends of the EFL Championship table. Long free kick, and it goes harmlessly behind for a Leicester City goal kick. And this might well be the last action of the first half. Dewsbury Hall spots up the goal kick, and Rob Jones blows his whistle in. Listen to that roar from the Plymouth Argyle supporters as they, as one, get to their feet to applaud their team's performance against the championship leaders. Mustafa Bundu with the only goal of a fascinating first half at home park. Leicester City, the championship leaders, are trailing. Plymouth Argyle, relegation strugglers, are leading at half-time on TalkSport 2. It is Plymouth Argyle 1, Leicester City 0. Welcome back. We've just kicked off the second half. No changes to the team in terms of half-time substitutions. Mustafa Bundu's goal after 22 minutes is the difference between these two sides. Plymouth Argyle kicking from right to left in this second half in their all green with gold trimmings. Leicester City in their change colours tonight of a very pale orange shirts with white shorts and pale orange socks. Run through the two teams for you in just a moment. But Plymouth have a throw on the far side, and we wait to see, Sam Parkin, whether Leicester will change anything, because they now have to chase this game.
Yeah, a little bit surprised they haven't rolled the dice already.
Plymouth on that right hand side again with a throw in. Edwards will take. Joe Edwards on as a substitute in the first half for the injured Mikael Miller. Argyle work it all the way back to Dan Scarr, just inside his own half, out on the right hand side. Infield now to Galloway, who works it all the way back to Michael Cooper in goal. So it's Cooper in goal, a back three of Plegosuelo, Scarr and Galloway. In midfield, Edwards, Randall, Forshaw and Mumba. Morgan Whittaker on the right, Mustafa Bundu, the goal scorer, on the left, and Ryan Hardy up front. For Leicester City, Mads Hermansen in goal, James Justin, Vestergaard and Fars across the back. Ricardo just floating around in that role that he likes. And Ndidi, Dewsbury Hall and Winks in midfield. Fatawu wide on the right, Mavadidi wide on the left. Hatton Daka leading the line, Jamie Vardy on the bench. Championship leaders trailing to the team who desperately need points to move away from the bottom of the table. It's cleared away by Cooper into touch on the far side, and it'll be a Leicester City throw. Leicester City attacking the goal away to our right, behind which the 2,000 or so Leicester City fans who have travelled here are housed in their blue shirts by and large. Not too many of the replica shirts that their team are actually playing in tonight on show amongst their supporters, and Leicester will work it all the way back to Hermansen, just outside his own penalty area. Right-footed, hits it long, Scars underneath it, meets it with a firm header out towards that far side. Infield though comes Dewsbury Hall. Dewsbury Hall left-footed shot straight at Cooper, who clutches it to his chest.
Yeah, he's certainly the one at the moment for Leicester. First half as well, getting between the lines. I like him, I prefer him in this role. He played too high for my money at Millwall, where the space was saturated really by a really good rearguard action. Today he's been able to get on the ball, get turned, even early part of this second half. His touch looks really assured, need to keep feeding the ball.
Here is Dewsbury Hall inside the centre circle and breaks into the Plymouth half. Can't work the ball forward, cleared away by Randall, deep into the Leicester half. Vestergaard's on the chase. Hardy is chasing him down. And it will go out for a throw on the far side to Leicester City. Leicester top of the championship on goal difference from Ipswich. Both have 88 points. And the throw on the far side is forward by about 10 yards or so. Justin being urged to go back. Leicester's goal difference now plus 41. Ryan Hardy just given a yellow card there, which is the reason for the boost, presumably for something that he did in trying to attempt to block that throw. I didn't
kicked the ball away, I think, John. Yeah, he just kind of ushered it out of play, Vestergaard, so he just, I suppose, eating up a few seconds already, early part of the second half.
Hardy now cutting into the penalty area, trying to get a left-footed shot away. Too many defenders in his way. Lays it back to Forshaw. Whittaker, left-footed, takes a deflection off a Leicester defender. And away by Leicester, but there is a foul, clear foul as well by Bundu, shoving over a Leicester defender in the Leicester penalty area. Plymouth Argyle 1, Leicester City 0. On TalkSport 2. Leicester's goal difference now plus 41. Ipswich's goal difference is plus 32. Leeds are 1 point behind on 87 points. They have the best goal difference though, that's on plus 43. And if goal difference comes into play at the bottom of the table, then Plymouth is by far and away the best of those teams down there. There's some strong challenges going in on the halfway line, and the referee might well be reaching for his pocket again here. Indeed he is. And a yellow card that time for Yannick Vestergaard. Or was it Whittaker? Certainly seemed to be showing a card towards the Leicester defender. It's Morgan Whittaker. He's shown yellow.
I think he's lucky he gets a little bit on the ball, even though he has to go through Vestergaard to get that contact on the football. It's a poor challenge. Again, it's a clear yellow card. It's raining a little bit down here now, isn't it, as well? So a little bit of extra zip and slide on the surface.
Two of Plymouth Argyle's front three then. Whittaker and Hardy. The other, Mustafa Bundu, the goal scorer after 22 minutes. Plymouth have a throw then on the far side. Plymouth kicking from right to left as we look out from the main stand here at Home Park. It's the opposite side to that from which matches are televised. Here's the handball against the Leicester defender, not given by the referee Rob Jones. And again a strong challenge goes in, and this time Plymouth Argyle do get the decision in their favour. Inside the Leicester half, about 10-12 yards on the right hand side and a couple of yards in from the far touchline. Forshaw tries to steal a few extra metres, then takes it short. Whittaker can't bang away through though, and away comes Mavididi now for Leicester. Block throw by Pleguezuelo. Strong challenge from the Spanish defender, who conceded a penalty at Leicester in the 4-0 defeat at the King Power back in December. It was 1-0 at half-time in that game. 3 more in the second half for Leicester, who are coming forward on the right-hand side with Fatawu. Fatawu chips it into the middle, headed away by Scar at the expense of a corner. So there was real danger there at the back for Plymouth Argyle.
Yeah, dealt with it well in the end. And Scar at the near post. Fatawu dug out a really good delivery actually on his right foot. Daka possibly has got to be making that dart across the near post, across the goalkeeper. A little bit on his heels once more.
Was called up for Leicester then in the second half, taken short to Dewsbury Hall. Works it back now to Winks. Back out now to Fatawu. Fatawu trying to clip it in, left-footed, does so. Plymouth Argyle able to clear it away, not too far. Justin, edge of the area, chips it forward. Daka can't quite get there. He was trying to anticipate the little dink ball into the penalty area, but it came off an Argyle head and over his head.
There's a clever little ball actually from James Justin, just reverses it in, left-footed, little flick from Vestergaard, but I think the intended target was Daka, but just a little bit away from him, couldn't get onto the ball.
Leicester throwing on the far side, on the halfway line. Leicester have lost their last 2 away matches by 1 goal to nil. There's another strong challenge going in on the far side. And the referee will want words here. And it is quite strong words as well from Rob Jones. Joe Edwards. And in the meantime, Leicester City are making a change. Wilfred Ndidi is coming off, and Dennis Pratt is coming on in his place, the Belgian international. He has one goal this season, scored in the FA Cup fourth round win against Birmingham City. So Pratt is on, and he's taken up a role on the right hand side of midfield for the Foxes. Batterwood looking to take on Mumba. Back to Pratt. Infield now to the figure of Ricardo. Bars back out to Fatteroo. It's more of the same from Leicester, isn't it? Left to right, right to left. Look for an opening. And if there isn't one, start that movement all over again. Left hand side now, Mavadini. Just lays it back. Infield now to Winks. Back to Ricardo. Ricardo fars 25 yards out from goal. Scoops the ball up right-footed. Argyle easily able to clear. Vestergaard kneels, heads it forward. But Argyle are there first. Whittaker lays it back. Dewsbury Hall can't get there. He does now eventually. Kiernan Dewsbury Hall. Options to his right. Here's Ricardo. 35 yards out from goal. Central position. Fars. Works it out now to Fatteroo on the right-hand side. Fatteroo, left-footed, infield to Fars again. Leicester again looking for that intricate passing movement to try and find a way through and past the Argyle defence. They might have done it as well. Fatteroo into the middle. Daka misses from about 3 yards out. Applied a delicate touch, right-footed. Expected to see it nestling in the bottom corner, but it went wide. What a chance for Leicester City.
Yeah, and they worked the chance brilliantly, and it's another to add to a catalogue of missed chances really for Daka recently. He makes a great run, slightly behind him maybe. I think he still has got to turn that onto the target. Yeah, great approach play down the right. That's what Dennis Pratt will give you above Ndidi, I suppose. A little bit more penetration with his passing. He's got an excellent right foot. I expect him to pull wide and try and probably get an additional body on this right hand side to make it really tricky for Mumba, and that's how it worked out there.
Goal kick to Plymouth, worked on there by Bundu's head, picked up by Fars for Leicester. They'll work it back into their own half, but the clearance is poor. Bundu works it forward now to Whittaker, who's offside, and was offside by a good pace or so as well, as he ran forward to try and get on the end of that ball forward from Mustafa Bundu. Plymouth Argyle 1, Leicester City 0 on TalkSport 2, the home of the EFL. And what a climax we are going to have to the EFL season in all three divisions. Leicester work it forward. Daka, right hand side of the penalty area, just slips slightly, works it out now to Fatteroo. Fatteroo faced by Mumba. Fatteroo chips it across, deep. Mavadidi's header back towards Harry Winks. Winks with the first time volley, left-footed. It was blocked. There's appeals for a penalty from Leicester, more in hope than in expectation, and in fact the decision has gone the way of Plymouth Argyle.
Yeah, I think Harry Winks has just tried to keep the referee there. Again, down the right-hand side, it's built really lovely. Again, by Dennis Pratt's pass into Daka. Fatteroo with the delivery once more. Got his strike away, Harry Winks. But I think even when the ball ricochets away from the initial defender, he's made his mind up that he's going over there. He's hoping to just tow it away, get the contact, and win a penalty. But the referee was onto him.
Free kick then for Plymouth Argyle inside their own half, kicking from right to left in this second half. Long from Cooper. Leicester pick up inside the centre circle, but it's not held on to by Mavadidi. Foreshort works it out to this left-hand side. Lovely ball forward, down the left wing. Bundu chasing, gets there just before the goal line. Now advances sideways into the penalty area. Leaves it now for Foreshort. Foreshort just showed a little bit too much of that to Wout Fars, and the Leicester defender was across to make the block, but that was an exciting move from Plymouth Argyle.
Yeah, there's a slightly better connection now. I think they've got hold of it. This game, Randall with a brilliant ball down the left-hand side, flighted absolutely perfectly, and just a slightly unfamiliar position maybe for Forshaw taking up, driving into the 18-yard box. He prefers to be picking it up deeper. His touch let him down.
Dennis Pratt, poor ball, long-range shot from Whittaker. Didn't really get too much power on it at all, and Hermansen was right behind it. Such a pacey game being played at a frantic speed. Ricardo inside the centre circle to Winks. Winks right-footed down the inside left channel, and he's found Mavadidi. Mavadidi left-footed across the goal, and it's all the way across the goal, and indeed it's gone out for a throw-in on this near side. But Leicester Sam Parkin are looking very threatening indeed.
Yeah, wonderful pass from Harry Winks, possibly the best of the night, almost telepathic between him and Mavadini. Just a look, and you knew exactly when he was going to stride forward there, Mavadini. The timing was impeccable. Angle against him, I think just get hold of that, just calm down. There's another half an hour to go in this game. Wait for the support and pick a better pass. The shot wasn't on there.
Plymouth Argyle have kept only 3 clean sheets in their last 21. All those 3 clean sheets were away from home. Their last clean sheet here at Home Park in the league was back at the end of November. 2-0 win here over Sunderland. It's a long time since the goalkeepers have had a shutout here for Plymouth Argyle. And they're under pressure again here. Daka, did he keep that ball in play? Well, he did. Didn't look like it, but he did. And Leicester will pick up with Harry Winks. Winks works it forward. Argyle looking to the referee, hoping that they were going to get a free kick. They've not done so. Mavadini, left-hand side of the penalty area, chips it in, right-footed, looking for Daka. Isn't going to find him though, and it's behind for a goal kick. And down below us, Enzo Maresca strides forward, hands above his head, applauding his players' efforts. And it's the Plymouth fans that you can hear. What a scoreline this is, with ramifications at both ends of the EFL Championship table. Leicester work it into the middle, Pratt with a header. Ball's going over from about 7 yards out from Dennis Pratt, and again Maresca comes to the edge of his technical area, hands above his head, applauding, because they are certainly pressing now, Leicester, the league leaders, as we pass the hour mark. Plymouth Argyle 1, Leicester City 0 on TalkSport 2.
They're starting to make chances now. Excellent from Mavadini. The first opportunity, and I can see the dissatisfaction from the Leicester City supporters because Daka hasn't got onto the initial cross from Mavadini, but he's quite unpredictable as a centre forward. You don't know exactly when that ball's going to come in. There, Dennis Pratt had made a really intelligent run from deep and just got a fraction too much on his header, but they're in their groove now, starting to ask real questions of Argyle.
Justin for Leicester advances forward, plays it into the penalty area, down goes Patson Daka, hoping for a penalty. He felt his shirt was pulled, didn't look like it, and Rob Jones says that is a goal kick. A bit of frustration beginning to creep into Leicester's game.
Yeah, and what I don't like about it, a lot of it's been directed towards Daka, and I'm watching him closely, as I do all centre forwards. His movement is good. He's moved the centre halves around today. His all-round play has actually been okay, and this is with hindsight of seeing Jamie Vardy play the role on Tuesday night. So it's just because he's not getting the goals, and he's obviously passed up a good opportunity tonight. But in fairness, nobody's getting the goals for Leicester at the moment. But I still envisage that change probably being made next 10 minutes or so.
You mentioned Jamie Vardy. We're going to see him at some point, aren't we?
Yeah, him or Cannon. Obviously, I think Cannon's been not in the squad the last couple of match days.
No, he's missed 4. He was out injured. He was injured on international duty with the Republic of Ireland under 21s.
Yeah, I'd like to see both of them introduced, to be honest, but whether the manager has that change in his armoury, and this isn't a criticism, it's just in keeping with the rest of the season. He's not going to want to go with 2 strikers probably until very late in the day, and it feels like tonight's a little bit different. Feels like this is a little bit desperate.
Bundu now for Plymouth, crosses the halfway line, just eased out of the way by Fatawu. Infield now to Winks, who exchanges passes with Welch Fars. Leicester have lost 3 of their last 5 away from home in the Championship, at Leeds in February, and their last 2 on the road at Bristol Civic on Good Friday and Millwall on Tuesday. Pratt now, right-hand side, down the inside right channel, looking for Daka, but there was too much on the ball forward from Dennis Pratt, a fact that he acknowledges, and we're going to have a change at the back now for Plymouth Argyle. And off will come Mustafa Bundu, the goal scorer. So he is withdrawn to a rousing reception from the Argyle faithful, and Lewis Gibson will come on in his place. So a defender on for the wide left striker, and Gibson will come on and presumably will go to a back 4. Gibson just going around issuing instructions to virtually everybody. He's the message,
It looks that way, doesn't it? It looks like Whittaker's just going to go and play infield with Ryan Hardy.
So Leicester have it with Hermansen inside his own penalty area. Real chance, half a chance there for Plymouth, who hoped for a penalty kick as it appeared as Adam Randall might have been pulled back there by Ricardo. Referee, again, not interested.
Certainly tug. Maybe the official felt that there was no way that Randall was going to be able to get onto the ball, so just gave the defender the benefit of the doubt. Maybe just instinct took over there for Ricardo, but certainly risky.
Gibson gets his first touch of the ball. Looks like he's playing as the left of the two centre-backs. Randall works it back now to Gibson. Gibson forward now to Galloway, who loses out. Daka, edge of the penalty area, works it out to Pratt on this near side. Galloway is back there, anticipated that ball and clears the way to safety. Out of play on this near side, and Enzo Maresca hurries across quickly to bark out some instructions to his players. Dewsbury Hall, central position, midway inside the Plymouth half. Leicester, remember, in this second half, kicking from left to right as we look out from the main stand here at Home Park. Ricardo, Fars, wide to the right to Fatu. Fatu up against Mumba. Fatu lays it back now to Fars. Fars, the little touch in field. Leicester try and play it through, but Winks's ball is harmless and is picked up by Michael Cooper. 65 minutes played on TalkSport 2. Plymouth Argyle 1, Leicester City 0. And I don't think anybody would have predicted this scoreline after 65 minutes, Sam Parkin.
No, but here we are again for Leicester City. That was Plymouth Argyle back momentarily in a back six, I counted there. The unfamiliar 6-2-2 formation, it looked like, with the two midfield players just in that space in front of the two centre-halves as it is now, but the two wide midfield players, Edwards and Mumba, getting back really compact. So yeah, certainly a defensive change and hoping to get across the line with the 1-0.
Ricardo slips in the centre circle but manages to recover his footing and works it back to Fars. Fars has Fatu on this near side, wants Fatu to make more of a run, but he stood still. He now picks up and comes infield, left-footed, lays it into Winks. Winks just ahead of the centre circle, out to his left-hand side to Justin. Justin, 25 yards out of the goal, chips it forward, Pratt with the chest down. It falls on the far side to Mavadidi, and he made a real hash of that. And the flag stays down on this near side, and Plymouth defenders look towards the assistant on this near side. And here we're going to have a change for Leicester City. Jamie Vardy is going to come on, and Patson Daka is the player who is coming off.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't a particularly good angle, but that's a horrible finish, and Fars comes over and gives him a little pat, Patson Daka, because he's taken a little bit of stick, and yeah, probably overall that's probably the right decision from the coach to get him out the firing line, especially when you've got the quality of Vardy and Cannon waiting in the wings. So not Daka's night again, but overall I saw some good things, I saw some good movement. It's just that finishing that was unable to recapture from early part of the season.
37-year-old Jamie Vardy is now on for Leicester City. Not played against Plymouth Argyle before at all. And Plymouth have the ball on the right-hand side. Edwards sees his cross blocked, has to go back, and Plymouth indeed will work it all the way back to Scar. Gibson inside his own half. Left-hand side. Galloway, left-hand side, wins a throw-in. Jamie Vardy, with this appearance against Plymouth, has now played against 71 different clubs, and he's scored against 47 of them. 9 goals in his last 12 appearances for Leicester. Made his 400th appearance for Leicester at Millwall in midweek. Plymouth have it on the left-hand side, and they will have a throw-in about 25 yards out from the goal line on this left-hand side, and Mumba will take his time. Indeed, he won't actually take it. It'll be left for Galloway. Plymouth rather dangerously work it back. Gibson will get there first, and Gibson is eventually found. It is still Plymouth Argyle 1, Leicester City 0. The relegation strugglers leading the championship leaders, courtesy of Mustafa Bundu's goal after 22 minutes. Jamie Vardy has come on for Leicester City just a few moments ago, replacing Patson Daka up front, and Sam Parkin. It is an intriguing match here at Home Park.
It really is, yeah. Leicester have had some chances early part of the second half. Argyle have responded, made a defensive change. At times they're back in almost a back six, asking Leicester really, can you break us down? They're probing, they're trying to prize them open. The only change from the rest so far is like for like, Vardy on for Daka. So far Vardy not able to get into the game, but it looks like it's just going to be backs to the wall for Argyle. Try and get over the line with this 1-0.
Yellow card for Yannick Vestergaard, the Leicester defender, and Argyle have a free kick midway inside the Leicester City half. It really is a match with huge ramifications at both ends of the championship table. Certainly Leeds and Ipswich fans will be hoping that Plymouth can win. Supporters of those teams down at the bottom of the table will be hoping for a Leicester comeback. Commentary continues on TalkSport 2. It's Plymouth 1, Leicester 0. Free kick hit forward by Whittaker, cross to the far side, and couldn't be turned across goal by Pleguezuelo, the Spanish defender, who sprints back to the halfway line. We're going to get a double change now for Plymouth Argyle. Ryan Hardy is coming off, and he'll be replaced up front by the New Zealand international Ben Waine. Ben Waine very much used as a substitute for Argyle this season. And also coming off, Adam Forshaw. He will be replaced in the field by Jordan Horton. And interestingly, both the players that have been replaced were on yellow cards. So Horton on in midfield, Ben Waine on up front. Ben Waine comes on for the 21st substitute appearance in the Championship this season. He's only made 8 starts, and he's been substituted off in all 8 of those starts. The ball deep into the Leicester half, and it's kept in play by Waine. Waine knocks it back now to Whittaker. Whittaker inside the penalty area, left foot shot, surrounded by 3 defenders. It might have got a touch off one of them, and the save is made by Hermansen. But for a moment there, that was really dangerous for Leicester at the back.
Yeah, just an impossibility for Ryan Hardy to continue in the same vein that he does. He works so hard, so Ben Waine will have to bring that work rate first and foremost, as he did there.
Gibson, deep in his own half, down by the goal line, looking to squeeze that ball away, and he's done so successfully. Fars knocks it back into the penalty area. Vardy can't get there. Vardy looking to use all his guile and experience and find a way back for Leicester City in this match. Ricardo, square, pushes to Justin, central position, out of Fars, over to Ricardo. Winks advancing forward to the edge of the penalty area, lays it out to Dewsbury Hall. Infield now to Justin to Ricardo. Ricardo dinks it forward, looking for Kieran Dewsbury Hall with a little back heel. It was rather telegraphed, and Plymouth get it away. And it comes off Ralph Fars, and there'll be a Plymouth Argyle throw. And just listen to the noise from the home supporters.
I think that was a bit of an over-eager ball boy down there, just giving the ball back a little bit too quickly for Neil Dewsliffe's liking, just telling him to calm down a little bit. There's a real electricity in the stadium, but still a long way to go. 20 plus minutes we've added on time, a long way to hold on. They need to have that calmness on the ball to get up the pitch and try and create something that will put the game to bed.
21 of Leicester's 79 goals this season have been scored in the final 15 minutes of a match. Having said that, 13 of the 38 that they've now conceded have also come in the last quarter of an hour. Plymouth Argyle 1, Leicester City 0. On TalkSport 2, as Leicester work it out to Mavadivi, left-hand side. Infield now to Justin. Justin just pauses, waits, puts his foot on top of the ball and plays it out to Mavadivi again, who shrugs off the challenge of Edwards. Infield now to Winks. Winks now to Ricardo. Ricardo to Fars, who has Fatu on this near side, but Fars goes forward himself, plays it across the penalty area. Mavadivi, right-footed shot, and he got the shot away, but not really too much in the way of power behind it, and it was a relatively comfortable save from Michael Cooper in the Plymouth Argyle goal.
Yeah, unquestionably they're going to be difficult to breach now, because they're getting the two wide players, in essence the right midfielder and the left midfielder. Barley Mumba and Edwards have played so much football as wing backs. They're really good defensively, so they're getting back alongside that back four. You've got four centre halves really across the back line now for Argyle, so really good physical size. Then the two outside midfielders are tucking round as well, making that six, so there's going to be loads of bodies there for Leicester to try and bypass, hence why the majority of the efforts since those changes coming from distance.
Interception in midfield from Randall, couldn't work it forward though to Whittaker. Here's Vestergaard, Justin knocks it forward. Ricardo Pereira inside the centre circle, forward now to Dewsbury Hall has to turn and lay it back, and Leicester will look to build again. Winks, right-footed ball, too ambitious. Trying to find Fatu on this right-hand side, got far too much on the pass, and it's harmlessly behind for a goal kick, and the ball boy behind the goal on the far side does take his time this time, learning from his mate.
Yeah, they'll be using all the tricks in the book now, but they've given themselves the opportunity to do that in the goal in the first half. That was a rare stray pass from Harry Winks, just has to go to Fatu's feet there. We know he's got the ability, the tricks to skin his opposite number, so you need to start asking questions, try and get those full-back centre-halves, as I just spoke of, in the box where they can't move their feet in comparison to Mavadivi and Fatu. So stick to your principles. It doesn't look like the manager's going to change. Keep moving it around and hope those two wide boys can have a save.
Listening to Plymouth against Leicester in the EFL Championship on TalkSport 2 with McDonald's. Order McDelivery on the McDonald's app and get tasty reward points. 18 plus. Terms and conditions apply. Plymouth 1, Leicester 0. We're into the last quarter of an hour now. Mavadivi trying to work his way forward. It's turned back by Pleguezuelo to Cooper. Cooper hits it away, right-footed, deep into the Leicester half, where Vestergaard meets it with a firm header downwards. Picked up though by Horton. Horton works it out to the far side. Whittaker just cuts in field, midway inside the Leicester half. The cross into the penalty area, cleared away by Ricardo, not too far. Little header down. We'll find Galloway, and Galloway will turn it back to Cooper. Has time to play it across his penalty area to Dan Scarr. There were quite a few clad in green who wanted that ball hit firmly away from their own penalty area amongst the Plymouth supporters. It's another sellout at Home Park, every single home match this season. A sellout following Argyle's promotion last season as champions of League One. And they are determined not to return there. Fars for Leicester. Works it forward now to Ricardo, back to Fars. Interception. Work forward now by Wayne. Cut out though by Ricardo. Ben Wayne, who was coached at Wellington Phoenix by a real favourite here, the New Zealand international Rory Fallon. Wayne tries to work it forward. Flag stays down now. Here comes Galloway for Plymouth. He's got an option in the middle. He lays it forward to Whittaker. Whittaker crosses it, and it was the wrong option. There was Joe Edwards clear in the penalty area, and he wasn't used.
I don't think Galloway backed himself to be able to architect that delivery that it required. It was the wrong pass for Morgan Whittaker, taking him away from a goal it needed something pretty special from him on the turn really to reverse that towards Edwards, so a let-off for Leicester certainly.
All the time we are edging closer towards full-time on TalkSport 2. Vestergaard inside the centre circle now for Leicester City. It's a wall of green in front of the Leicester players, and they're looking to try and find a way past it, but they won't do with that ball forward. Fars chips it forward, looking for Fatu, and again it's too long and it's behind for a goal kick. And Plymouth will take their time. That's the Plymouth fans you can hear. Plymouth who have away games at Stoke and Millwall, followed by a home game against Hull on the final weekend of the season. Stoke, managed by the former manager here, Stephen Schumacher. That'll be a tasty encounter, as far as the Argyle fans are concerned. Leicester City with West Brom at home on Saturday the 20th, Southampton at home, Preston away on Monday the 29th, and Blackburn Rovers at home on May the 4th. Chris Errington from Plymouth Live was saying earlier in his pre-match chat, Plymouth, such a long way from everywhere else in footballing terms. To be in the Championship, you've got to go up to Bristol City really for the local derby now, with Exeter City down in League One. It is difficult to get players to come down here. The manager has to see it as a real opportunity, and hopefully the next manager of Plymouth Argyle will see it as a real opportunity to build something here in England's most southwesterly club. And they are leading Leicester City by 1-0. Mustafa Bundu, who's now off the field of play, having been substituted with the goal after 22 minutes. We're in the 80th minute. Argyle work it forward. That's offside. And it was always going to be offside against Ballymonba, who was about a yard or so offside, and the flag was quickly raised on the far side. Let's get the thoughts of Sam Parkin.
Yeah, and the pattern of the game now naturally means that Leicester players are going to begin to tiptoe forward, so that counter-attacking threat is very much evident and on for Argyle. Twice now, Mumba just too eager to get in. If anything, stay in his half and then run from deep. He'll be able to get in, I'm certain of that, in the remainder of this game as Leicester continue to push and press.
Leicester throw on this near side, they're right, and it's taken back to the halfway line to Fars. Infield now to Vestergaard, inside the centre circle. Vestergaard will work it out to his left to Justin. Justin faced by Whittaker, ball to Dewsbury Hall. Dewsbury Hall out to Navadidi on the left hand side. Navadidi's cross, it's too long, and Cooper lets it roll. And Cooper lets it roll behind, and it's another goal kick to Plymouth Argyle. Well, if you're a supporter of Ipswich Town or Leeds United, you'll be praying that this scoreline stays the same. But will it? We are in for a thrilling finale. 16,861 is the attendance at Home Park tonight. 1,789 here in the away section. Away section full, Home Park full, and they have witnessed a match that has been jam-packed, full of tension. Plymouth knock it forward long. Vestergaard returns it with a low header now to Winks inside the centre circle. Crosses the halfway line now. Coming forward, still coming forward. Pratt out wide to this right-hand side to Fatawu. Fatawu faced by Galloway. Looking to play it into the middle to Ricardo. Ricardo, edge of the penalty area. Lays it back to Vestergaard. Vestergaard thought about a shot there perhaps for a moment from distance. Tries to lay it through to Vardy. Dewsbury Hall, edge of the penalty area. Forced left. Now cuts back in right. Goes down in the area. Well, he was looking for a penalty there. And, well, isn't that a yellow card?
Well, there's no great appeal. I thought initially there was possibly a collision, but there isn't. He's anticipating it. The leg of Edwards, I think it was, on the cover actually went behind the Leicester City midfield player. Venezuela actually, isn't it, getting back to his feet there from the initial collision. Not a penalty.
Definitely not a penalty. Important to keep an eye on the clock. 82 minutes played. Plymouth 1, Leicester 0, and Plymouth win it, and win it well. And Ballymonba now comes out racing away down the left-hand side. Mumba into the middle. Vestergaard will tidy up just outside his own penalty area and knocks it back to his goalkeeper. But the chances will come for Plymouth Argyle on the breakaway.
Yeah, and he's the one, Mumba, because he's got the athleticism from deep. You know, Edwards on the other opposite side isn't going to cover the distance as quickly as him. Whittaker's more of a glider. He hasn't got brilliant pace either. So I think Mumba, when the ball turns over, they'll look to play it into the space for him.
Dennis Pratt back to Winks. Winks out to this right-hand side now to Fatawu. Fatawu tries to go past Galloway. Galloway sliding in. Comes off the chest of the Plymouth man. It's behind for a corner.
Yeah, it's that kind of... It's scenario where the centre-half's not going to want to run really. He's not going to want to go to the byline, not taken into the box, so he committed himself quite aggressively there. Galloway gets away with it, a little bit rash, but the ricochet just takes it behind for the corner.
Corner then on this right-hand side for Leicester City. Dewsbury Hall takes it into the 6-yard area. There's a Plymouth head on the end of it, and it's behind for a corner kick on the other side now. The Leicester left. And across goes Staffy Mavadidi to take it. Plymouth have everybody back. Mads Hermansson, the Leicester goalkeeper, is virtually in the centre circle. Mavadidi, right-footed, nonchalant, swings it into the middle. Vestergaard trying to get on the end of it. Referee's whistle is gone. And it'll be a free kick for a foul inside the penalty area. And again, Plymouth will take their time.
It doesn't feel like the goal's going to come from a set piece. They look well stocked in there. Argyle, like I said, they've kind of got every kind of physical player, statuesque player in their squad out there now trying to defend this lead. 4 6-foot plus defenders to start with across the back line.
Plymouth Argyle unbeaten in their last 2 following the sacking of Ian Foster. They won at Rotherham last Friday night. They drew here with QPR 1-1 on Tuesday. Leicester knocked the ball forward. Vardy works it out to the left-hand side to Mavadidi. Mavadidi placed here by Plegozuelo. Mavadidi puts the cross in, comes off Plegozuelo, and it is another corner kick. This time on the Leicester left. They've taken it short. Dewsbury Hall, left corner of the penalty area, hits it in, left-footed. Cooper struggling to get there, but he got there eventually and punched it away. Winks now outside the penalty area, lays it to his left. Ricardo back out to Winks, out to Fatawu on this right-hand side. Fatawu forward to Pratt inside the penalty area. Cooper, does he take that ball cleanly? He does, and he prevents it going behind for a corner after it ballooned up off the defender. And the applause from the Plymouth Argyle supporters is huge. Plymouth have a player down, incidentally, now inside their penalty area. Struggling to see who it is, but it's certainly a touch of cramp. It might well be Plegozuelo who is down. Dan Scar is administering the help. 85 and a half minutes played. Plymouth Argyle 1, Leicester City 0 on TalkSport 2, the home of the EFL.
You referred to it as a green wall a few minutes ago, and it's absolutely that at the moment. There's no way through for Leicester. Dennis Pratt's made a few intelligent runs down this right-hand side, but Argyle able to get a foot on the ball, deflect kindly into the hands of Michael Cooper, and they survive again.
Winks hits it long down the left-hand side. Cooper comes out to the edge of his area to claim it ahead of Mavadidi. And Cooper will just take his time in releasing it. Referee Rod Jones having a good long look at his watch. Enzo Maresca out on the edge of his technical area. Plymouth Argyle hitting away long, but it's straight out of play on this near side, and Wout Faes will take the throw. Stand up if you love Argyle is the chant. So everybody does. In front of us. It would be huge for this football club to stay in the Championship next season. Plymouth, like Leicester, have had all sorts of financial woes over the years, but now they're on a solid financial footing. They're looking for new investors, and that search for new investors would be considerably enhanced if they were to remain a Championship side. 87 minutes played. Ball played long by Leicester. Cooper thought about catching it, then decided against it, let it go behind for a goal kick, and a few more seconds will elapse.
Just looked like they may be in business there. Dewsbury Hall made a good, intelligent run, just trying to join up with Jamie Vardy. Had that been slightly undercooked, possibly wouldn't be able to get there maybe with the first time finish, but again, too much on it, goes to safety. I think Vardy's had one touch.
Yeah,
since he come on, the ball was played in, he kept it alive on the far side. For whatever reason, they just can't seem to get him into these games at the moment. Very much like I saw on Tuesday.
Forward by Pratt, looking for Vardy. Cleared away though by Scar. Scar can't get there. Vardy into the penalty area. Can he get there? He can. Cooper makes the save, and it's a huge save away from Michael Cooper, bravely diving at the feet of Jamie Vardy inside his own penalty area, and the goalkeeper comes away with the ball. Brilliant goalkeeping.
Yeah, exceptional, and there we go, right on cue. Not been in the game at all, and again, it's just a ball kind of just helped behind. Looked like Argyle defenders were favourites, but he's still got that change of pace, that speed off the mark. He gets there, but Cooper is alive to the situation, closes it down really quickly, so Jamie Vardy can't elevate it over him.
Leicester work it wide. Mavadidi cuts infield from the left-hand side, forward to Dewsbury Hall, inside the penalty area, wins a corner kick, and is in a hurry to take it. Takes the ball off the plinth himself, although there isn't one there, and he has to chase the ball down himself, as he's receiving no assistance whatsoever from the Argyle ball boys. Everybody back for Plymouth Argyle. Virtually everybody forward now for Leicester City. Corner kick then, Dewsbury Hall will take it, left-footed, outswinger towards the head of Vardy, cleared as far as Winks, low shot, takes a deflection, and this will go behind for a goal kick. Just a moment or so there where everybody was wondering whether that was going to be a corner or a goal kick. 89 minutes played.
Sorry, important little touch from Jamie Vardy at the near post, just created a little bit of panic amongst the Argyle ranks. Harry Winks with a snapshot, but good spot from the referee once more, deflected off James Justin, his own man, and away for a goal kick.
Well, if it stays this way, can Ipswich and Leeds United take advantage tomorrow? Ipswich at home to Middlesbrough, Leeds at home to Blackburn Rovers. Of course, we'll kick you right across all the action in the AFL on TalkSport and TalkSport 2. We're about to go into additional time at the end of the 90 minutes. Still Plymouth 1, Leicester City 0. Mavadidi on the far side. The championship leaders staring a third successive away defeat in the face, unless they can do something special in the time that remains. Worked out now to Fatawu, right hand side. He's got away from Mumba, but Mumba comes back to challenge him. Leicester will clear, not too far. We go into a minimum of 5 minutes additional time at the end of the 90 minutes. We're into those 5 minutes now. Fatawu tries to get away from Mumba. Mumba times his challenge brilliantly, slides the ball out for a throw-in. Taken quickly by Ricardo. Pratt. Right hand side now for Leicester. Left-footed ball in. It's a dangerous one as well. Cleared away by Edwards. And Plymouth still have plenty of defending to do. Mavadidi lays it back now to Vestergaard. Vestergaard trying to get away from Whittaker. Mavadidi, left-hand side. Vestergaard back in now to Fars out to the right-hand side. It's a slightly misplaced ball. And the challenge comes in from Ben Wayne, and it's a yellow card for the Plymouth Argyle substitute, as he went for the ball there against Harry Winks, sliding in a desperate attempt to get there. He got there first.
He did, but the follow-through is quite nasty actually. I mean, we get the opportunity to see it again on the monitor. His studs go straight into the shin of Harry Winks, and that is something in the game that's changed the last year or so, hasn't it? You just can't get away with that follow-through, connecting with an opponent.
Free kick then for Leicester City, just ahead of the centre circle, just to the right-hand side. Winks will take it, floats it into the penalty area, and that comes off Pleguezuelo to Leicester corner. Dewsbury Hall across to take it. We've played 1 minute and 40 seconds of the minimum of 5 additional. Dewsbury Hall with the corner across into the penalty area. Vestergaard got his head on it. Glides it wide. Goal kick. Huge relief amongst the home supporters. Massive frustration amongst the away fans. Some of whom are queuing to leave the stadium as soon as they possibly can.
Yeah, I mean, from dead balls, they've defended their box absolutely brilliantly. Probably to be expected, given the height, given the amount of defensive players that Neil Jewslip has now got in his 11, but still loads of balls been slung in there, especially from corner kicks throughout the proceedings. And Argyle getting so many of those first contacts on the ball.
Argyle got a free kick. Fatawu stands, hands on hips, having conceded that free kick just inside the Plymouth half on the left-hand side. And Plymouth will slowly work the ball forward to Adam Randall, named man of by the sponsors tonight. Although, if you were to choose a Plymouth man of the match, I think it'd be quite hard actually. They've all played superbly. Gibson with the free kick, lofts it forward long, down the inside left channel, looking for Mumba, can't find him, behind for a goal kick. And Hermansen is in a hurry to take it. Takes it short to Vestergaard, who's still inside his own penalty area. 93 minutes and 12 seconds have been played. A minimum of 5 minutes additional on TalkSport 2. Plymouth Argyle 1. Leicester City, the championship leaders, 0. Justin works it out to Mavididi on the far side. Mavididi cuts the field onto his right boot. Across the area, Vardy sliding in. Made a connection. Couldn't though guide it on target. And Cooper ends up in the back of his net. And unfortunately for Leicester, it was only the goalkeeper and not the ball.
Yeah, the ball just got transferred over to the left-hand side, and probably for the first time in this second half, Mavididi's got a nice little bit of room there. Edwards doesn't get to him. Vardy just slung out his left leg on the turf, sliding in towards Michael Cooper. Couldn't get anything on the ball. Collision between him and the goalkeeper, but that's probably the closest they've come. Actually, Jamie Vardy, a couple of chances in quick succession. Other than that, very little to talk of.
For the last minute of the 5 minutes of additional time against Coventry here on Valentine's Day, Plymouth Argyle were leading 2-1 with seconds remaining, but conceded a late goal to draw 2-2. Those two drop points could be vital come the end of the season, but if they can get all three here, well, they would move themselves away from the relegation zone with 3 to play. Last few seconds, Mavididi, Ricardo Pereira chips it out to the far side. 4 forward for Leicester as Dewsbury Hall tries to put a cross, and he's done so. It's half cleared away and whacked away the safety by Plymouth. Anywhere will do as far as those in green are concerned. Justin knocks it forward. Leicester, last few seconds. Ricardo, the whistles coming from Plymouth mouth. Works it out to this near side. Fatamu can't find a way through. The flag has gone up and the referee will blow for a Plymouth Argyle free kick and not full time. Neil Tuesnip and Kevin Nanskaville down on the edge of their technical area, just pleading for a bit of calm from their players. Slow things down. And this might well be the final action of the evening. All those in front of us are standing up, so we have to stand as well. We are staying up, is the chant from the Argyle supporters. Well, not yet they're not. They have a free kick inside their own half. 95 minutes and 38 seconds have been played. Is this the last action of a pivotal night in the EFL Championship? Rob Jones blows his whistle and Plymouth Argyle have a huge 3 points, and it is a massive defeat for the Championship leaders Leicester City. 3 in a row away on the road. They have lost by 1-0. It is now all to play for at the top, because the top 3 now all have 4 matches left to play. Kevin Nanskaville down below, the interim first coach, just clutches his fist, and there are huge cheers all around. Leicester City have been beaten. Plymouth Argyle with the goal from Mustafa Bundu after 22 minutes. This was a result that was 6-1 with the bookies beforehand. Well, I wish I put some money on, because Plymouth Argyle have won it with some solid, obdurate defending, and Leicester could find no way through Sam Parkin.
No, I think after a difficult opening, maybe 10-15 minutes, Argyle's game plan, as Millwall's was on Tuesday against Leicester, very, very good again. And the changes from Neil Dewsnip, absolutely superb. Changing the shape, being reliant that they could defend the box, that they could defend their own half as diligently as they did. Great confidence shown in them by the interim manager, and in the end I think they got absolutely what they deserved. Another very, very subdued Leicester City performance, and you have to worry for them now, and that really, really low confidence that seems to be evident within their group.
Well, the confidence might be low for Leicester City, but for Plymouth Argyle it is as high as you like. The new management team, the returning interim management team of Neil Dewsnip and Kevin Nanskaville have inspired Argyle to 2 wins and 1 draw since the departure of Ian Foster. But this due a result that will be felt far and wide in the EFL Championship, and what a night it was at Home Park. Full time, Plymouth Argyle 1, Leicester City 0.